भैया आपने वो ऑफ नहीं किया स्क्रीन शेयरिंग। भैया आपने वो ऑफ नहीं किया स्क्रीन शेयरिंग।
My voice clear?
भैया आपने वो
Okay, now is my voice clear?
यस।
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Namaskar. Good afternoon and good evening to everyone, wherever you are. Okay, now is my voice clear? And greetings from Adyar to everyone. And as we planned earlier, that from time to time we should have a session on meditation, because meditation now these days, I think, has never been, of course, because it was always a necessary and significant aspect of life. Those who were interested in deeper aspects of life. But in the current times, with so much of hustle and bustle of daily life, the stress levels going up, the not only physical strain, but emotional, mental, and social dimensions of stress are affecting our mind so much that people are leading to different outcomes, because that stress leads to, forces a person to take certain direction, to avoid it, to suppress it. But we are lucky to know that there is an avenue from which not only do we understand the source and therefore the cause of this stress, but also who is getting stressed, or basically, who am I? Who are we actually? Because most of our life is spent on doing something, liking something, disliking something, collecting something. Basically, I am doing everything, but I don't know who am I. And the only way to know oneself is what is called meditation. And therefore, meditation becomes a very, very, very important aspect. Or I would not say aspect, it is a way of living rather, that for a person who really wants to know oneself and to understand the life in its fuller sense, it is a very, very necessary thing. So today, what we'll be doing awareness meditation that we from time to time we have done and discussed, followed by about 6 to 7 minutes of healing using our thought power and willpower for the healing of the world. Because through meditation, of course, we are healed, because one sense of meditation is also to heal. How to heal? By removing our inner conflicts, by making our mind, the dust that has been deposited on the mirror of the mind, by removing it gradually. So that is our own healing, and in a way, it heals the world also, but at the same time, to give back something to the world by using the same power of thought that we have. So we'll do a small meditation or use of thought power on that also. And before we begin, of course, most of the people here, I understand, are meditators or those who know a lot about meditation. So there is nothing new that I can say, only to refresh some things that if you have no, I mean, if any, if any young person or those who will be listening to this video later on, that if you plan to do meditation, then fix a place and a time wherever at your home. And once you have fixed the place and the time, then stick to it. And then gradually over a period of time, you will see that that place and that time attracts you for doing or for being there more often, because everything has its own magnetism. That is for the beginning, but of course, once you are doing it regularly, you can do it anywhere. While walking, while traveling, that is also a part of meditation also, as we are going to see that increasing the level of our awareness of everything, not governed by habits, not working in a sleep mode. That is waking up is meditation. And then in the beginning, we can sit in a comfortable posture. If you're comfortable in the cross-legged position or on the chair, whichever position is comfortable, but except for lying down, because a lot of chances are that you might fall asleep during meditation, which is also a kind of, that's also meditation is used for before going to sleep. But if you want to be really aware during the meditation and increase the awareness, then better to sit down. And it's not necessary, but whether you, if you want, there are some things you can chant Om couple of times, because H.P. Pulaski has written, and it's now I think everyone knows from its effects that Om has the capacity to harmonize our all the bodies, and when it is chanted, all our bodies come in harmony. So that's what is a kind of preparation before we proceed in the next step. And the same thing is also done with deep breathing or abdominal breathing, which means when you breathe in, the stomach comes out, and when we breathe out, the stomach goes in. And then, of course, we start with the process of knowing oneself. I am not saying it a method intentionally, because it is not, although many people can say it a method, but a method and a process in that sense, maybe I would say a little bit different, because a process is a natural thing of that. Like if you want a mango tree, a mango fruit, you have to put a seed in the soil, and then it will grow into a tree, and then you will get a fruit. That is a natural process. It's not a method. The method may be different, how how you want to raise it with fertilizer, without fertilizer, organic, non-organic, or do this to the tree, do that to the tree, modifications, or this thing of pruning or not pruning, or, but the whole process from seed to fruit is just a natural process. So this process that we are doing is the process to begin to know ourselves. And therefore there is no danger in getting stick to a particular method, which happens most of the time. If you follow a method, then it becomes mechanical, and then there is no more growth in the person. So let us then all, if we can start our meditation session. And I would have a small music in the background that also sometimes help. So we can sit in a relaxed position, close our eyes gently, and we can chant Om 3 times. Om. Now we take 3 deep breaths. Now, whichever position you are sitting, just be aware that your back is upright. And actually, if you become aware of your back, it will naturally take its natural position, which is upright, back straight and head standing still. The only thing that is required is to become aware and just become aware of the whole body step by step from head to toe, and see if any part of the body is in stress. Stress means the muscular stress, the stress that is there, but we are not aware of it in the fingers, in the arms, in the legs, in the shoulders. Just go from head to toe, and you'll see that just becoming aware of that stress or strain in the body, it is released. After scanning your whole body, now let us put all our attention, since we are beginning with it, to put the attention of the mind towards our breathing, the inhalation and exhalation. It is a formless thing, attributeless thing, the breathing. So let us be aware without any modification of our breathing. Air going in through the nostrils and the air coming out from the nostril. Without modification means observing it without any thoughts, means without saying any mantra, without any chanting mentally, without counting 1, 2, 3, 4, or without even attaching any thought that while inhaling positivity is coming, while exhaling negativity is going out. Nothing. Just pure breath we are observing. And this is the beginning of the training of the mind to see the things as it is, not changing the rhythm of the breathing. If the breathing is shallow, let it be, just observe. If the breathing is deep, let it be, just observe. Whatever is the rhythm, just observe. Don't try to change. Do not do any pranayama. Just observe. Be attentive. And you must have realized, we all must have realized that when we observed our breathing without any modification, the rhythm naturally comes to its normal way, or rather, it calms down and becomes deep. But we are not looking to make it deep, or we are not looking We are not aiming to make it calm. And that is the difference between choiceless awareness and wanting to do something and getting a desired result. But in this, the mind may wander to a million places. So no need to fight, no need to get frustrated. We just remember that we are paying attention to our breath, and it will immediately come back to observing the breath. No matter how many times it happens, just remember that we are observing our breath. And it will come back. And observing the breath is the first step in knowing oneself, because that is the last frontier from moving from the less subtle to more subtle, or from physical to non-physical. Because breath and mind and spirit are very closely related. In fact, this whole world is called the great breath of the Parabrahman, the movement. And similarly, our breath is very closely related with the state of our mind. So catching this end of the thread, which is the breath, now we move on to know our more subtle aspects, our desires, our emotions, our thoughts, and our intentions, which are continuously popping up in our subtler bodies, in our mind. In a day, about 70,000 thoughts are processed in the mind, and leave aside the emotions and desires. But how many of them are we aware? So let us move to the next step, and with the same mind that was observing the breath, and to a certain extent has become one-pointed now, we become aware of our thoughts and desires and emotions, whatever is coming from within. Patient, without doing any modification, again, without judging them, whether it is good or bad, because the same logic applies here. The moment we try, the moment we judge, we will try to make a change and get a desired result. But that desired result will also be a product of mind. Instead, when we do not want to change anything, just observe, then automatically the thing will come into its natural form, which means the dust will be removed, only the mirror will remain. The illusion will go, only the reality will remain. So we become aware of our thoughts. The mind again may or may not wander to different places, but we don't need to fight it or feel bad about it. Just remember that we are observing our thoughts, the desires, and it will immediately come back. The realization from this observation happens is that we can see the thoughts and desires arising within. And this is a very realistic truth that we are not the thought. We are not the desire, because if I am able to see it, observe it, it is something separate. And with this realization, the grip or the controlling power of the desire or emotion or thought reduces on us. Us, what we study is the Atman, the individuality, which currently is a lot affected by the personality, by the desires, emotions, and thoughts. And another realization that happens is that when we observe like this, same like breath, we begin to see the rise and fall of the thoughts, the emotions, or the desires. Earlier, we might have acted upon all of these, but now, during this duration of observation, we see the transient nature of them. That there is no ending to these waves, these rising up of thoughts and desires. And the whole life is spent in fulfilling them, leading our life, making our life as per these thoughts and desires, which themselves are temporary. We begin to see the temporary, the transient nature of this existence. And the very fact that we are seeing it, it means there is something that is not temporary, who is the observer, who is beyond all of these, who is beyond body, who is beyond desires and thoughts. You can see all this. And the more this realization happens that I am that, the fear of death gradually disappears. Because death is only the ending of the temporary or the change in the form of the body, not of us. But anytime the mind wanders or mind gets entangled in any of the thoughts, the only thing we need to remember is we are observing them without any interference. And it will immediately go back to that. And there will be a time when we begin to have the blank spaces. That is the space between thoughts. That is also something to be observed. But of course, this happens gradually, and in the beginning, a lot of thoughts suddenly kind of explode, and the person may think, why is this happening? It is because we have started to look within. So all of what is inside is now just coming, we are becoming aware of it. And once it is released, then we can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And the real healing then takes place. The mind becomes clear and clear without any condition. And now we have done this meditation and reached to a state of calmness, some insights, peaceful. It is then our responsibility to share it with the whole world for the welfare of everyone. Therefore, we'll just use the thought now, the same thought that had been mischievous, the same thought when it is properly guided, we can use it for the welfare of everyone. And for this, I will share one video and we can just follow those instructions, maybe a bit too fast for the beginning, but it's just an idea that can be done whenever we are free, along with our meditation. Now, with all your willpower and feelings, whisper to yourself, I forgive everyone and everything that has ever hurt me, knowingly or unknowingly. And
may I be forgiven by all those whom I have hurt knowingly or unknowingly. Now your physical, emotional, and mental bodies are at peace. Now visualize that the size of your body is gradually increasing. It has now covered the house that you live in. Gradually, you have covered the city, the state, the country, and the continent that you live in. You have now grown to the size of the Mother Earth, and you can see it in front of you, hanging in the space like a ball and rotating on its axis. Visualize the blue oceans, green forests, snowy mountains, muddy plains on the earth. And among all these are the living creatures of the earth, water and air. The elementals, minerals, plants, animals, and humans. You can now clearly see the earth with all its details and inhabitants hanging in front of you like a ball in space. In addition to this, visualize a shining 5-pointed blue star with the golden white aura on top of your head. This is the symbol of your true spiritual self, monad or Atma Tattva, which is ever connected with its source, the flame of the universal self or Paramatma. This is the inexhaustible source of the healing energy. Visualize with all your willpower and feelings that this energy is flowing down in the form of golden white light from the star and entering your body through your head. Gradually, this golden white light is filling up your whole body. This energy is being filled up from your toes upwards, gradually reaching the navel, the throat, and the head. Your body is now completely full of this energy. And visualize that it is overflowing from your right and left palms, and you can feel the warmth and force of this energy in your palms. Raise your palms now in the blessing posture in order to heal and bless the Mother Earth and all its inhabitants. Visualize this golden white light from your palms is gradually covering and permeating the whole earth, and all the beings are now enveloped within this golden white light. Everyone is receiving the blessings in the form of wisdom, love, joy, and compassion. Everyone's spiritual progress is accelerated, and a new world order is taking birth, which is guided by wisdom, love, joy, compassion. Now, slowly put your arms back that the golden white light in your body is making you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually healthy. The five-pointed shining star is your own spiritual divine self, your guru, who is always there to guide and protect you. Therefore, turn within to seek the truth, to know yourself and be yourself as an essential divine being, untouched by the trammels of the worldly matter. Although, as you begin to visualize now that your body is gradually coming back to its normal size, from the size of the planet, continent, country, state, city, and house, to your normal size, but your consciousness still remains global, so as to encompass this whole world of ours. And every time you close your eyes, you can feel and realize this bliss of oneness with all, which is the foundation of the universal brotherhoods. You can now slowly open your eyes and be a channel of divine love to everyone in your daily life in this new world.
With this, we close today's session of meditation. And thank you everyone for being a part of it and encouraging this from young Indian theosophists. And hopefully we all had certain realization or insights or peace to make this a regular process or part of our daily life. See you next Sunday. May the peace be with all of us and all those people who are suffering. Get place and peace. Thank you again. Namaskar.